Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's about time. It's about time for what?
For the first time in well over a decade, Nintendo has released a new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it has been a while, huh?
No, not a new Super Mario Brothers. I mean a new
Didn't that come out on the
Super
DS?
Mario. Right? Yeah, they released a new 2D Mario.
Yeah.
Well, I am personally excited that.
When was the last Mario game that you guys played? Like, seriously, when was the last Mario game like you really went in on? Because personally, it was Super Mario Sunshine. I played Super Mario Odyssey just a little bit.
This game feels like a spiritual successor to Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario Bros. Wonder does something for the first time in a 2D Mario game that it hasn't done in over 40 years.
What's that?
It's about time. No, seriously.
Poor fucking Yoshi.
It's about time. They ditched the countdown timer in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But to understand why this is such a monumental leap forward for the Mario franchise, we first have to go back.
I never even thought about that, but yeah, there used to be a timer in the game. But like, how many of you guys, like, was the timer ever even a factor? I feel like it would be like maybe one level in each game there would be a timer. Bro, like, yeah, like, nah. Every once in a while that shit would happen. Like, never noticed?
Back to the first Super Mario Brothers on the NES, time played an integral role in the gameplay experience for Mario side-scroller. This implementation of game design
if you sucked, maybe. If you sucked dick, it did. Now, in the Lost Levels time, on some of, you know, like that one Bowser thing where you got to go through the right area, and it's like the lava, and like if you do the wrong one, it goes, you know, like that one, the time mattered. But like in general, bro, I would just fucking go and die.
Carried over from the arcade cabinets of yore. With the birth of the home console, the idea of replayability and accomplishment came from two things: how high your score was, and how fast you could get to that score.
Sure.
It's one thing to beat a game, it's another to get so close to the finish line, only to have to feed more quarters into the cabinet in order to get that win. But when Nintendo...
Well, that's the thing, is like everybody always goes and talks about how, oh man, games now are a scam. Like, you never seen a fucking scam until you went to an arcade, man. You see those like fucking, those, what are they called? Claw machines. Like, you go and you play Mortal Kombat and it's like aimbotting you, and then you're like, man, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go play the claw machine. And the claw machine, you're like, oh man, I got him. And then the claw machine goes like this, I don't want to get him today. You know, like that weird fucking shit. And you spend like fucking $25 at Gaudy Town and you get a like a sticker or something like that, a sticker of a chicken, but you don't get nothing. Yeah, plastic ring. Yeah, like, so, bro, like, arcades used to be such a scam. Now, I love arcades, but they were a fucking scam.
Brought the arcade cabinet into the living room.
Yo, this game sucked dick, apparently. I never played it because I heard about how much dick it sucked, but I always wanted to.
The Nintendo Entertainment System, they also brought the ideals of the arcade along with it. Mainly the high score and the timer.
Right.
But just like the Mushroom Kingdom itself, the concept of time in the Mushroom Kingdom is a bit skewed from how we understand time in our reality.
Sure.
Seconds, as we know them in our reality, aren't the same in the Mario universe.
That's stupid.
For instance, according to the Super Mario Bros. Wiki, 1 unit of in-game time for Super Mario Bros. Is less than half of a standard measured second as we understand them in our reality. And this...
Why the fuck couldn't they get that right? Oh, I know why. It's because the time was in Japanese. So it's like a different conversion. It's like kilograms and pounds.
This measurement of time isn't standard across different Super Mario Bros. Games either. This is all contingent upon refresh rates and FPS, frames per second.
This is the one I had, by the way. This is the one on us. Was this Super Mario, Super Mario All-Stars? I haven't seen this in so long.
As frame rates changed from different games, so too did the measurement of in-game time across the Mario side-scrolling series.
By the way that Mario would jump in this game was fucking scuffed. It wasn't as good as it was in the original game. I didn't even know that till I was like 26. I just thought the speedrunners were that much better. Nah, I was literally playing a bad game.
Now, not only does this artificially increase the speed of time and create a sense of urgency, Nintendo played up the psychology of time running out to push the player to finish the level before that timer hits 0. Just a few notes indicating a sense of urgency can cause a visceral, almost Pavlovian response. If you don't believe me, how do you feel when you hear this?
You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Like, you got, bro, you're gonna drown. Sonic, you're gonna drown. Sonic's about to drown, bro. He gotta drown. It's Sonic 2, bro. Like, I know what this is. He's gonna. Oh my god, this dude sucks.
By pushing players through visual and audio clues to hurry up, players are forced to
watching the classic hardcore highlights.
Focus even more on the task at hand.
Yeah.
And failing to complete those tasks makes losing a life or level that much more impactful.
Fuck! Ah! God!
Bro, look at the cat, bro. Look at the cat.
That much more impactful.
Fuck!
Look at the cat.
Ah! God!
But as you move along the Mario timeline, the importance of time changes come the advent of Mario's transition from 2D to 3D. With more to explore and collect, the importance of time changes. Now, it was about how long it would take you to collect or do everything that the game had to offer, rather than seeing how fast one could, say, beat a level. That is until the speedrunners got a hold of this goddamn game.
Of course. That's totally different. That's how the fuck did somebody figure that out?
While Doom sets the stage for the speedrunning community, Super Mario 64 is still one of the most actively speedrun games, utilizing glitches, exploits, and sheer technical skill.
You idiot. Ooh, you fucked up. So yeah, no, I think that's true. I think the reason why Super Mario 64 is like the benchmark, I feel like the reason why is because, number one, it's nostalgia. And number two, it's a weird thing, right? Because like with Melee, it's the same way, is that there's like all of this hidden tech in Melee that you don't even, bro, people didn't even learn this until after Brawl came out. Like, what the fuck is a wave dash? And like, that's the last one I paid attention to. That was like, what, 15 years ago? Like now, I bet people are probably playing a completely different game. And so Super Mario 64 has a lot of these like weird technical tricks that allow players that are, you know, wanting to show off, you know, high levels of dexterity and, you know, abilities in play. It allows them the ability to do that. And I think that's the reason why it's so popular. Like, I think that the games that are, it's a weird thing, but I think that the games that are a little bit buggy have the most interesting speedruns. I'll give you another example. It's like Dark Souls 1. Like the Sen's Fortress skip and stuff like that. These weird bugs that, and I think it also makes it compelling for people that aren't like actual players. Because like they see this and they're like, what the fuck are they doing? And it's weird to watch it. Now there's a, it's like a, you know, a fucking, a bell curve, right? Where like if you have the super buggy games that you can just like exploit the shit out of and like beat the game in like 2 minutes, like that's not really fun to watch. But there's like that middle ground that like Super Mario 64 has, and also Dark Souls 1 has, that just make them incredibly good speedrun games. Ocarina of Time, yeah, I think that's another one too. And I think also like another one is Classic WoW. People liked watching Classic WoW speedruns with world buffs Because like these would be bosses that like maybe they wiped on 15 years ago, and this skill just blew up Fire Maw in 15 seconds. Like what the fuck? That's crazy to see. I think that's
what was once an accomplishment of beating the game with all 120 stars became more impressive as that number dropped to 70, to 16, to 1, to beating Super Mario 64 without collecting a single solitary star.
Yeah.
So, if the 3D games did away with the need for a timer, then obviously the 2D games followed suit, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right? While the 3D games innovated across consoles and generations, the 2D games were, well, not to be punny, but a product of their time. While the games received visual upgrades...
Well, I think that's also something people want, though, is like whenever you think about Mario, you're thinking about, usually a lot of people at least, it's a 2D game. They're thinking about a 2D game. So it makes sense that they're going to, you know, want to have that nostalgia for it. You know what I mean?
Mechanics, including the inclusion of a countdown timer, remained largely the same. It wasn't until 2023's Super Mario Bros. Wonder, nearly 40 years after the original Super Mario Bros., to look the clock in the face and say, your time has run out.
Yeah.
As stated in this Polygon article, quote, Nintendo should have done it a long time ago, but it chose the perfect game to finally do it with.
I think also like let me guess, Super Mario Wonder is probably not that hard, is it? Like this isn't like the Dark Souls of Mario Brothers. It's the easiest game. Yeah, I wonder why. Cause like it's a game for kids. It's Mario. Like when did y'all play Mario? When you were a kid. That's what it is. So imagine if they had timer music to WoW Mythic Plus. That's actually a good idea. Blizzard should do that just to, you know, like in case people aren't stressed out enough playing retail. Yeah, add like if your timer is like the last like 5 minutes, like the music goes faster. That'd actually be really funny.
Mario Bros. Wonder masterfully blends the exploration of the 3D games with the joy and movement of the 2D side-scrollers. When I say it feels like the spiritual successor to Super Mario Bros. 3, I mean it. That same feeling of excitement that I had as a kid, juxtaposing how bare bones Super Mario Bros. Felt in comparison to Super Mario Bros. 3.
It's actually crazy how big of a leap Super Mario Bros. 3 was. Like, my game growing up was Super Mario World, the one where you could get Yoshi and everything. But, like, whenever I think about the game that took the most steps and the biggest leap, Super Mario Bros. 3 was transformative on, like, so many levels in such a big way. It's actually insane.
I have that same feeling with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And while I do have some qualms with Nintendo's implementation of multiplayer in this game, or lack thereof, they did include one thing: a race to the finish line mode. Super Mario Bros. Wonder finally cuts ties with the past to forge a new path forward for the future of the Mario franchise.
Yeah.
New animations, new power-ups, new voices, and a new outlook on what a 2D Mario game can be. And after 40 years, all I have to say is it's about time. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. I also go live over on Twitch on a pretty regular basis, so please do me a favor, follow there, and let me know what other deep dives into certain video games that you would like to see in upcoming videos. Until that time, my name is Labat, and I'll see you in the next one.
I didn't even think about the timer. Like, honestly, because I'm definitely a W keyer, you know? Like, I just, you know, I just go, right? Go as fast as I can. But, like, yeah, that was Super Mario Wonder's a lot of fun. Yeah, like, maybe I need to go and get my Switch connected so I can play games on my Switch. There's a video. Labat's the one that did Twitch Plays Warcraft. This is a really good video. Like, I like this. It's a thing that nobody ever thinks about, but it's definitely true. Like, it's a massive factor. But yeah, there's a video. I'll link it to you guys one more time. Make sure you give it a like if you like it.